Hey, 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 beautiful humans. Welcome back to the Merriment Making Podcast, where we believe that you have to feel good to do good, and joy and fun are not luxuries, they are necessities. So I'm Mary, your friendly neighborhood merriment maker, joy scientist, glitter enthusiast, professional weirdo. And today's episode is for all my helpers, healers, educators, counselors, caregivers, you name it. Anyone who works with people and wants to make those spaces feel better. So I have a question for you. What if joy and fun were legitimate, strategic, professional tools? Not just something you do after work or on the weekends, but right there in the middle of your classroom, your therapy session, and your team meeting. Let's talk about how to make that happen. We've been told that joy is frivolous, that it doesn't belong in serious, professional, adult, appropriate environments. And I am here to tell you that's not true. A big no. This is a myth we have to bust and actively work against. And doing it immediately is necessary. Because the truth is that joy makes us better at our jobs, especially when our jobs involve other human beings. And there's actual science on this. You know I love bringing in the research receipts. So Barbara Fredrickson's broaden and build theory shows that positive emotions like joy, delight, and fun expand our ability to think creatively, solve problems, and build lasting relationships. Joy literally makes our brains more flexible. And in work settings, whether it's a preschool or a trauma recovery clinic, joy can be the glue that creates trust and safety. It is a nervous system reset. It's an emotional bid. It is an invitation to connect, and I just need to remind you over and over and over again that play and joy are fun also, and fun is not optional in this life. Well, I guess it can be, but do you want it to be? Think about the last time someone surprised you with a silly sticker or a little dance or a confetti kind of spark moment. What did that do for your mood? What did that do for you and your connection to that person or even that moment? That is the power of shared delight. It builds rapport fast. Mirror neurons kick in, walls come down, and people feel safe. And in therapeutic and educational settings, safety is the foundation of growth. Joy can be the secret ingredient that is helping us get there quicker and with more heart. So let's get practical. What does this really look like in a professional setting? So if you're in a classroom or a group space, you could start the day with a mood check-in. You could use colors, stickers, emojis. You can use the Operation Merriment missions inside of the Merriment Makers as daily prompts. You can wear something that makes you feel powerful. You can compliment someone anonymously. You can make art from trash or on trash. I just saw this guy who's drawing on trash and that's his thing. God, I love that. You can also create joy like a collection, a joy jar where students drop in small wins and silly moments and things they're grateful for. In therapy or one-on-one spaces, you can use sensory props like soft textures and silly objects to anchor safety. You can use the silly voice technique and have your clients give their intrusive thought a cartoon voice because it really reduces the power of the thought immediately. You can create micro rituals for progress, like a bell, a sticker, or a glittery high five. And also remember that there is a free 1-minute joy challenge inside of the Positive Pulse app, and you can try it today. It's low lift, and it comes with a daily check-in space where you can meet other joy-curious folks. Okay, so we've done classrooms, group spaces, therapy, one-on-one spaces, and now let's look at staff and team culture. So begin meetings with a prompt like, what made you laugh this week? What was the highlight of your day? You can surprise your coworkers with post-it notes that say things like, your energy is impeccable, or assign secret joy agents who do small good deeds in the office. That's the kind of morality committee that we need. These things are small, but they shift energy, and it makes your workplace feel human again. So when we're bringing joy into professional spaces, this works because it's lowering burnout, increasing emotional resilience, helping with co-regulation. If you're calm, they're calm. It reinforces belonging. And when we create tiny, delightful rituals, we're not just being silly, we're being strategic. We're using joy as a tool for transformation. And if you're worried about this being too much or whatever, that's totally valid. And here is a more gentle way to ease into it and introduce it. You can model it yourself. You can be the glitter bomb that you wish to see. You can make it an opt-in, like, hey, I'm trying something new. Do you want to join me? You can tie it to values like trust, growth, and connection, because joy supports all three. And you don't need to change your whole work culture overnight or yourself. Start with a sticker, a question, a bright pair of socks. This shift ripples, I promise, but it has to start somewhere. And if these tips in this episode lifted you up and made you excited, I've got a few resources for you. So inside the Merriment Makers membership, there is a full program. It's an audio program called How to Have More Fun at Work. And it covers systemic sepsis in work environments, solutions for common office complaints, remote work and retail fixes, and how to channel your inner Mary Poppins, Pippi Longstocking, or Joy Fairy, or Merriment Maker, whatever you want to call it, to make work better for everyone. This program alone is worth the first month's price of the Merriment Makers, and it is just one of 1,500 resources you get inside of the membership, plus good news texts, mail sent to your house, all that other wonderful stuff. You can go check that out at uncustomary.org/merriment-makers. And for something you can physically hold, check out the Merriment Making Missions deck at uncustomary.org/deck. It has 111 activities in 7 different categories that are perfect for classroom homework, client assignments, morning meetings, daily challenges. It is a deck for people who want to feel good and do good, and it's divided into 7 different kinds of categories. So you can use the shapes to indicate, like, do we want to play today? Do we want to focus on self-care or movement? So your happy homework assignment is to choose one new fun joy ritual to try this week. That's it. Maybe it's adding a sparkly pen to your desk. Maybe it's leaving a compliment in someone else's mailbox. Maybe it's asking your client, what's something silly this week that made you smile? So go do that and then tell me about it on Instagram. I'm at Merriment Maker, or you can just hop inside of the Positive Pulse because it's free and we want to check in with you every day. Remember that you do not have to wait for joy. You can build it, and you kind of have to. Next week's episode is a big one. It's called People Like Us Do Things Like This: How Culture, Community, and Ritual Create Change. So we're going to be diving into the psychology of group identity and why merriment making isn't just a program, it's a movement. If you've ever wondered how joy becomes contagious, you're going to want to be there. So until then, you know the deal. You got to feel good to do good. Talk to you soon, friends.